I had talked to little Brooke, I would tell her, it's gonna be okay. God's gonna use this pain for good one day, somehow. And I can tell you, as a little girl, when I promised myself I would never talk about it, I'm glad that I am, because it has been healing for me. And I know that so many others out there are struggling too in their silence. And it's just so freeing when you let go, fully let go.
What was that moment when God said, it's time?
It was scary. I fought God, actually. For weeks, I argued with God, and I told him there's no way, because I've kept this secret quiet for my whole life since it had happened, that the thought of it at that time seemed too big for me. And I wasn't even sure, how do I even start? How do I even tell this story, and who do I tell first? And so it was terrifying, and I fought God. And I don't know about you, but when it's God, it doesn't leave you. And for years, I was able to bury that and forget about it, become numb to it, and it would surface, it would sting, and I'd bury it again. It was a cycle over and over. But this time it wouldn't leave me, and I knew it was God. And so I was like, God, you've got to help me out, because this doesn't make sense, but I trust you.
When you wrote the song, you'd already forgiven your abuser. Mm-hmm. Did they know that you were going to write this song, or?
Yeah. I told this person when I called initially, I told them where I was at in life and that I had to write a song about it. And then that's whenever I forgave them as well.
Were they scared that they were going to be named? And
I think so. I think that's why they reached back out to kind of deny it all. And at that time, you know, I'd fully forgiven. I didn't need an apology, right? And I think sometimes people, they see forgiveness as weakness, right? Or it doesn't make sense. They may think that, oh, it's going to excuse the wrong done, but it doesn't. It doesn't excuse the wrong done. You know, what was done was wrong, but forgiveness allowed me to walk freely, to be able to go and share this song and to be fully set free. And it was just so freeing for me. I think the most rewarding thing the Lord has shown me, especially when we released this song in 2020, it felt like a gut punch, because I had shared my deepest secret with the world, and the whole world shut down. And so throughout that time, the Lord was really showing me, Brooke, it's not about the song, it's about the testimony and the ministry behind it. And he was teaching me throughout that year of truly what it was going to look like. And when the shutdowns happened, the messages flooded in of the people, the girls, even the guys that needed to hear this story, that they weren't alone and that freedom and healing was possible. And I think the most favorite thing for me is going out, sharing these songs in person, getting to meet people. And I can remember this one time, this one girl, actually there's so many different times, but a couple times, this one girl came up to me after the show and she said, today I'm gonna tell my mom that I was abused, and I never told anybody. And I'm like, that's why I'm doing this. It's not to play an instrument or to sing a song. Like, that's why. And even like recently, a couple weekends ago, I had someone come up to me and say, today I'm gonna forgive my father and another person that abused me. And the pastor had actually walked in that next morning and sent me a picture of a note. This lady wrote down, I forgive, and wrote down the names, the people who've done her wrong, and left it at the altar. That right there is just my why. It's why I do it. It's so much deeper for me.